The next step in developing your growth mindset is setting realistic expectations for yourself. And then the first sort of mini step in that is creating a routine. And not just creating it, but keeping it and keeping it regularly. Because writing in a planner or in a calendar is helpful, but it's not nearly as helpful as if you keep up with it and adjust it with the life that you're living, right? Because you have no idea what the semester has in store for you when you write in the planner in syllabus week, right? So once you've done that, then focus on the process of learning, retaining, and recalling information, not just making the good grade. Because a grade is just a number, and a number with an abstract value attached to it. Different grades mean different things in different classes, in different degrees, and then it just all becomes a muddled mess. Because no one said, yes, in this job that I have that I had to have my degree for, I made a 94 in this test. And they're like, oh, great. So you know how to do it. And you're like, no, man, I just made a 94, but that's an A. Well, that A doesn't help you if you didn't retain that information and process the content that you learned. So really focus on the learning process itself. I know these words kind of get jumbled together as we say them a lot, but it's really important to retain what you learn, not just let it go out the other year once you get the grade. So then make sure you set specific goals with focused intentions. When you're creating that routine and as you study for the test or you write the paper or what have you, make small goals between when you start and then when you finish. Because it's easy to say, oh, well, that test is in 4.5 weeks. I totally have time to study. And then forget about it, until the test is there 4.5 weeks later. And you're like, oh, well, this is going to be hard. So what you do is you make little intentional steps in whatever routine that you keep regularly, right? And it helps you keep that momentum going so that you really can achieve that goal, that you can study for that test in 4.5 weeks or whatever it is, and process that information during the 4.5 weeks. Really deeply think about it and make connections, and you'll get the grade, you'll get the number. That'll be great. But you will have taken what you needed from that unit in class. So make sure you are present and realistic this whole time as you set expectations. Because yes, you can always grow and improve, but as I've already said, it takes work and time and energy, and it is exhausting. And this does not and will not ever happen overnight, and definitely not the night before the test. So work with who you are right now and where you're at in life right now, not who you've been or who you hope to be. Don't hold yourself to a standard that's impossible, right? You don't want to hold yourself to a standard of the person who has the degree already and then beat yourself up when you don't know what you don't know. But likewise, you don't want to beat yourself up and hold yourself to the standard of the student you might have been before. Maybe a student that didn't come to class, didn't get the textbook on time, any sort of bad academic behavior. Well, don't hold yourself to who you've been in the past, because you know who you are? You're you right now watching this video. You're nobody else. So work with who you are, and that is how you can set a realistic expectation for you. And then identify and understand your why. When we're making routines, having little steps, understanding how we process information, it all boils down to why you think you need this information in your life. And this will look a little bit different for everybody. Why you're in a certain major, why you're taking a certain class, doesn't matter, as long as you know why you're doing it all at the end of the day. This helps you stay true to your standards that you're holding yourself to, meet those expectations, and really drive that motivation toward growth. So whether you're getting a degree because you want to help people, maybe you're getting a degree because you want to further a talent and a greater calling you have to a passion, or maybe you're getting a certain degree that will help you provide for all your loved ones. They are all equally valid, but let that drive you, because your why will help that routine and all those small steps and all the crazy information you have to process fall into place.